on, everybody. Welcome to the final Christmas review horror movie edition of 2019. This is going to be the last one. New Year's Eve is right around the corner. I will be reviewing New Year's Evil, so look out for that. Now, let's top off the month with Santa's Sleigh. This came out in 2005, and it is about Killer Santa. Really, there's hardly any plot to it. It is a Killer Santa who has been good for 1,000 years, and his 1,000-year contract to be good is up, and he can be his normal self again, which is a sadistic son of a bitch who wants to kill children and everyone who's naughty, because he's the son of Satan. I was very surprised by the cast in this movie. I thought these people would be those type of celebrities that are oh, I'm too good for that. You got James Caan in here, you got Fran Drescher, Culp. Robert Culp, he looks familiar. I've seen him in some stuff with Chris Kattan, SNL guy, Night at Roxbury, House on Haunted Hill. You got Rebecca Gayheart, Urban Legend. Like I said, you got James Caan, Bill Goldberg, the wrestler. He plays Santa in this. You got Douglas Smith, who was the bad guy in that Stage Fright remake. He was in the Bye Bye Man. You got Emilie the Ravin, something like that. She was in the Hills Have Eyes remake. So I was just noticing people every other minute. I was like, oh look, this that person. Hey, the killer from that. Hey. I was just having a good time, just looking at all these familiar faces, and that's always fun when you're watching a movie, just seeing all these just familiar faces from all these different horror movies that you love. Just it's the killer from Stage Fright. And his acting in this surprisingly was pretty weak, but everyone else was actually decent, so I like this movie. It's okay. It's 77 minutes long. It's not that long at all. It's very short, and the premise is very simple. It's a very basic slasher, but I like the little elements that they add to it, like a buff Santa. That's different. I like that. Santa's been curling freaking elves at the North Pole. I guess if you carry around a sack of toys, it definitely helps your body. And it's very self-aware. It's a very self-aware, silly, fun movie. There's funny little deaths here and there. There's not really any gore, per se. There's a couple little moments, but not really too much. It's nothing to, tell your friends about. Holy crap, did you see that? It's nothing that crazy. I'm not sure what the budget was here, but they do have some pretty fun scenes. There's a fun chase sequence involving, Santa on his reindeer. He's dropping Christmas gift bombs. So I like that. And I like the cast, some of the creative kills. There's boobs, Santa Claus in a strip club. That's always fun. He walks in, he's like, ho, ho, hoes. So there's even one-liners that are funny. But yeah, just the buff Santa idea. He's a wrestler, so there's a couple of scenes where he's throwing people around, lifting them up like he's wrestling, just throwing them around like they weigh nothing, because he's buff as hell. And I didn't even know he was buff until the third act. I figured he was strong and huge underneath that jacket, but he's got so many thick layers on that you don't even see it until he takes it off later to he's just wearing suspenders or overalls, and then he's got his guns out. I was like, holy shit, this guy's been lifting weights. And then to find out he's a wrestler, so that makes sense. And the only thing I could say that's bad about it is I said the main kid's acting is bad. He's supposed to be 16. I'm not sure how old he was in real life. He's a 16-year-old who still kind of believes in Santa Claus. There's this idea inserted in here, or I guess it's not an idea, it's a fact. His grandpa was an angel 1,000 years ago. How does he not know that? Wouldn't that... Did his parents not know that? That just was confusing to me. But that's just a little nitpick. The kills get lazy. I know there's a couple of good kills in here, but overall, they're just the same thing over and over again. Or someone will get thrown across the room real hard up against a wall, and they're just knocked out. Are they dead? Or just the kills, they're not that creative. There's a few of them in here, but overall, they're just very quick. Not really, there's no gore, like I said. And the pacing at the beginning is kind of slow when it's focusing on the main guy and his girlfriend from Hills Have Eyes. Their relationship is weird and awkward. I didn't know if they were boyfriend or girlfriend. He goes off on her at one point because she likes Christmas and she keeps bringing it up, and he hates Christmas. And I was like, okay, if you guys had something, what you just said, it's over. But nope, they're still together by the end. Their relationship, I just wasn't digging it. But in this movie, that's background noise. You're just here for the kills.
What in God's name are you doing?
Why, I'm just trying to spread a little Yuletide fear.
But final thoughts, it's just a fun, silly movie. It's free on Vudu if you want to check it out. I wouldn't pay money to see this. I would try to get it free. You could probably look it up on YouTube. It's on Vudu. I think it might be on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But it's a fun, silly movie. If you're into fun, silly, not taking itself serious, B horror movie stuff, this might be fun for you. It's got some boobs, and it's got some carnage, high body count, and it's a killer Santa movie, so it's a movie that you could probably enjoy every Christmas. So when it comes to Santa Sleigh, check this one out if you can at Redbox. Alright, now let's really talk about the movie. Let's talk about that dinner massacre. This movie opens up with this dinner massacre. Santa, he comes down the chimney. You got James Caan at the table, gets his hand stabbed with like turkey bones or something. That he stuffs turkey down his throat and just like slams his head against the table. Chris Kattan gets thrown up against the wall. Fran Drescher, or whatever her name is, I think she's the one that she gets caught on fire. The fire is thrown towards her face, but her face is completely pristine. It just catches her hair on fire, I'm guessing because of the hairspray. And then she gets drowned in eggnog, which is disgusting. And then Rebecca Gayheart's like, I didn't do anything, I've been good all year. And he just whacks her right in the head. And what else? He kicks a dog. I love that. And kids die in this movie. Fuck, that should have been a positive. I always talk about how movies never have the balls to kill children. This one kills them. Although, they were dicks. And I always point that out too. If you kill a kid in movies, they're always dicks. They're never sweethearts. I love you, mommy. Let's go get ice cream. And then boom, kid gets ran over by an 18-wheeler. Like, you never seen that shit, ever. The only time you see a kid die in a movie is Pet Sematary, and that's it. Babies, children, they never die. Can you name one besides Pet Sematary? They're always dicks, and this one does it too. You got these two dick children. It's Christmas morning. They go to the tree, and they're dropping F-bombs left and right. Like, oh, let's open our fucking presents. I'm so fucking excited. And then, boom, they just explode. There's no blood, which is extra funny. And then the grandma's like, oh, fuck. But it was just like, whatever. The parents didn't care. They were shitheads. They didn't deserve anything. There was a moment in here that kind of reminded me of Gremlins. The whole, like, device. Like, the grandpa creates this weird device for turning pages on a book. And it just reminded me of Gremlins, where this guy creates all these devices that are pointless and stupid, like cracking eggs for you. So when I saw that page turner device, I kind of was reminded of Gremlins, which is that's another Christmas horror movie. Not really horror, but neither is this. I like that the strip club has valet parking. Do strip clubs have valet parking? How prestigious and high class is this strip club that they have valet parking? Do politicians go there and, you know what I mean? Like, valet. I just thought that was funny. And then the reindeer eats the valet Parker guy. And there's a toy transformer that turns into a, like, 9mm and looks exactly like a gun. I'm just like, get the fuck out of here. There's no way. And then a mugger, he's, like, mugging Santa, but he's fucking with the wrong Santa, and Santa just picks him up, snaps him, stuffs a candy cane through his eyeball. And then we get this over-the-top dick grandma who's driving like a fucking maniac down the road, and just like can't even see over the wheel, flipping off everybody who's like honking their horns justifiably because she does not need to be on the road. Just, fuck you, and then just rams her off the road. That's a death that you want. You're just like, yes, kill that bitch. She's like at the deli, just giving everybody shit. She's the customer where like you want to like spit in her food. She was just awful. The customer's not always right, believe me. And then the deli owner who makes his employees work on Christmas Eve, what a bitch. He gets killed. I'm guessing he's Jewish. He gets killed with the not harmonica. What the fuck am I thinking? The Hanukkah candlestick thing just stuffed right through his throat. And then like an hour later, the main kid in this movie finds his body before the police, even though they were notified before him. He beats them there. And when he gets there, he's still alive with the freaking candlestick through his throat. Just like, really? He's still alive? Get the fuck out of here. And then he's messing with the candlestick. It's like tampering with the crime scene, and he doesn't get suspected as the murderer. That's his boss. People always, fantasize about killing their bosses. He's suspect number one. And the cops just let him go after asking like 2 questions. Dipshit cops in this movie. And then they all just get killed. The chief of police gets like a taser to his nuts. And then, the pastor. The pastor who was in that 70s show. He plays like a Canadian Border Patrol agent. Yeah, I noticed him too. There's so many people I noticed in this film. He's a pastor, and he goes to the strip club. And I thought that was funny. I like all the little powers that Santa has in this movie. He has like coal that he would put in stockings, but they're like coal fire napalm grenades. He just throws them, and they just burst and cause fire. He's like spitting fire out of his mouth at one point, and he only uses that power once. Why once? It seems like a very useful tool. And he has other powers too, like the gifts with like bombs, and then he's throwing them everywhere. And I like how the poster has him holding an icicle, but he uses the icicle to kill nobody in this movie. There's a point where he grabs one, but he doesn't kill anybody with it, so I thought that was weird. The main kid, he's like 16, he still believes in Santa. He's on this website asking, like, is Santa really real? And the website responds like, well, how old are you? He's like 16, and the website's like, no, grow up. I like when one of the cops is dead, there's like a chalk outline around his body. Thought that was pretty funny. And then he kills all the Christmas carolers. They're outside the house. He's like does like a wrestling like montage, just like throwing them around, snapping their backs, banging their heads against like wooded like handrails. Brutal stuff. And I like that this movie it tries to be serious, but it's being funny. It's supposed to be funny, the fact that they're even trying to be serious. They have that cliche serious moment where the couple, they sit down, they're having like this reflecting moment on life and the things they wish they should have did. They should have treated each other better, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, like they were just running away from the killer Santa, they ran into the next room to stop and have this conversation. It's like, keep running, like run now, talk later. And then the grandpa, we find out he was an angel. He made a pact with Satan's son, Santa, 1,000 years ago, and for some reason he just said, if I beat you at curling, you just have to be nice for 1,000 years. If you're gonna make it that long, why don't you just go forever? Just say, you have to be nice forever. You know what I mean? But then they have like a curling rematch. They're like, all right, we're gonna do it once and for all. If I beat you this time, you have to be nice forever. And then Santa cheats. He throws Grandpa into this hole in the ice ring that leads to hell, so he cheated. So therefore, who won? Did he win? They don't ever really say, because by the end of the movie, Santa, he's still alive, and he's taking a plane to the North Pole because his reindeer got bazookaed. So, did he lose that bet? Did he win that bet? Is he nice now for 1,000 more years, forever? I don't know. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I like that. The main girl's dad's like a NRA member. He's got like a bunch of friends who shoot flying discs, and he's got a bazooka, blows up the reindeer. Like I said, it's a pretty fun movie. Can't take it too serious. And then this nutcracker gun that the grandpa made, it doesn't even kill Santa. Was it made to maim him and just slow him down? Or was it made to kill him? He's got like this nutcracker statue that shoots a bullet and it hits Santa. You think he's dead, but he's not. So I was just thinking like, so Grandpa had 1,000 years to prepare for this. He knew this day was coming, but the only thing he did was put 3 locks on his door, which Santa kicks down immediately, and then he builds this giant like metal vault door that you see at like a bank, and then Santa kicks that down within 20 seconds. So it's like, that's all you did to prepare. And why didn't you have that nutcracker gun on you when you were face to face with him? You had to like let your grandson have it. Where are the parents? They never talk about that either. So just have some questions. Where's this main kid's parents? But yeah, that's really it. Nothing really. I forget. Like, yeah, he just flies to the North Pole and that's it. So the killer lives on. He's good again, I think. So yeah, that's the end of Santa's Sleigh. Pretty corny, pretty fun, silly movie. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Have you seen it? Check it out if you want on Vudu. If you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button, and you can become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And until next time, auf Wiedersehen.